Hey, good morning. We are on live. Today's topic is mindfulness. What the heck is mindfulness mean anyway? Everybody talking about it. Seems like it's just cool things these days. The school does it, kids does it. What's actually mean? And also, why do you need this one? For my opinion, everybody needed. Everybody needed to practice mindfulness. And I tell you why in this video and how you're gonna get started and how I can support you. So about 7-8 years ago, I was completely depressed. And I had everything, like I don't have any problem in my life. I was healthy, little bit of the problem, like a little hormonal issue there, and my skin is pretty bad actually. All that place. But I have a beautiful family, all healthy, not struggling money or anything, but I was deeply, deeply unhappy. It's actually worse, like when you are deeply depressed. No reason. Reason why this is worse is you started to doubting yourself. How bad you are, and how can be just happy? How can be just more grateful? You started kind of beat yourself up, and I am pretty sure that's not only me. So I wanted to tell you this story because I want you to feel, if you're feeling the same way, I don't want you to feel alone. And people tend to look really happy, like outside the show is look happy, like you are outgoing, talking so pretty social, and those people tend to hide your emotion, which is me. So if you are feeling that way, like you just don't know how to show your emotion and all that, definitely I'm your person. So I can show you so my job, my mission is I wanted to help many women as possible to create the life you want. So that's the end goal. But before that, you need to unstuck, right? Like you probably feeling really stuck. You don't know where to start, and you feel there's a better more in you. There is the way to get out of this the unhappiness, but you just don't know how. And a daily life is just cause you a lot of problem. I don't know why, but all of a sudden got dark, so I just have to fix that one up. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing today. Okay, so let's talk about it. Let's talk about mindfulness today. So we are actually in the present, like we are present moment. We're not living in the past. We're not living in the future. But what do you mean by being present? So I want you to think about this one. When you are like cooking, when you are cooking or when you're doing the even exercise, I want you to, next time you do that, any taking action, I want you to really think about that thought. What are you actually thinking? Are you thinking about what you're gonna do later on? Even I noticed that myself today. I was in the toilet. I was worried about the coffee getting cold, right? That sort of thing. So we are actually we are physically in the moment, that present moment, but your thought travel everywhere. So what happened is, I call this one disconnection. We are not really connecting the human body, and your thought is the body and the soul. Everything is just all over the place. So my job is, I want you to come back yourself, realign yourself. That's my job, to help you to do that. So mindfulness is the one way of doing it. So even though you're living in this present moment, you're not living in the future, you're not time traveler, but your thought, your part of the body, part of you is totally on a different place. So our thought is always for future or past. So either past worry, past pain, already something happened, you cannot really change it. Some regret you had, maybe you have some pain in your past, you got angry to someone, forgive him. That's the past you worry about. Oh my God, how dare my boss say this, da, 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 da. How could my husband say that? I wish he understand me. That's a past, right? Or you worry about the future. Oh, I wish this gonna happen. How could we pay more money? I pay bill this month. I hate my job. How can I change it? I'm worried about it. I'm gonna get sick one day, and all that sort of thing. The coronavirus is a big one, right? Like constantly those uncertainty. Oh my God, what if I lose a job? Constant worry. That's you living in the future. So either way, in this moment in time. So what actually happened in this moment in time in the mindfulness states is you are not in a future worry. You are not past pain. That means nothing. So mindfulness practice help you to detach you from the worry or any sort of the negative or unhealthy belief or feeling. So that's all about mindfulness for. So when any sort of trigger coming to your life, trigger will be like, say, nervous situation coming up front of you. When you practice mindfulness, you know how to act on this instead of reacting it. Okay, so then you can be better person. You can create a better life. That's all it is. So mindfulness is basically mindfulness practice is a consciously, intentionally create a good feeling. Consciously, intentionally become so empty, so you are not worried, like all those negative emotions is just erased from you, that moment in time. And then consciously, intentionally cut the cord of what's the emotion you have this moment in time. Of course, if that emotion is good emotion, joy and happy and peace, awesome. Keep going. Don't stop that. You don't stop. Just be mindful to do mindfulness practice to expand more, bigger and bigger and bigger. But our human nature is a little bit different. We've been taught, we've been trained, we've been programmed to be prepared for worst, have a plan B, constantly worry for future is our human nature. So our program is a little bit wrong, right? So that means, I'm going to explain to you why the program, it doesn't work. So think about it. So your thought popping up in your mind, doesn't really matter what thought it is, make you feel negative, make you feel unhappy, worry or scared, fear, some sort of fearful feeling. Those thoughts create the emotion, actual feeling. So those is just a thought. Oh my God, what if I get the coronavirus and I cannot work for a long time, and then already I passed a lot of people, or I lose a job. That is a thought, right? Thinking in your head, that's a thought. This thought actually creating the emotion in the body. So emotion will be maybe feeling actually tight in the chest and almost throw up feeling, or started to crying, or tight in the shoulder, and then also the no good feeling, right? That vibrate, the vibe, like you feeling, that's the unhealthy emotion. So only thought can create those emotions. And those emotions produce certain human reaction in a physical body. So like sometimes it's a human body even create a hormone. So those hormones affect your body, like you cannot sleep. You can get really uptight about it, or you can get cause depression. Depression is a big one. That's just a chemically is not working in the head. That's why it's cause depression. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. So that's what I learned, and that's what I believe in. And so I could be wrong. So just research yourself. But also, or maybe weight gain, maybe your metabolism going down, and all like vicious cycle, right? Look at my hair. So also, these emotion cause a reaction. So instead of you act on it, you react. Those reaction is sometimes is that already been programming you. So a lot of people go into the little pleasure, like a quick pleasure, temporary pleasure, which is addiction. So addiction doesn't mean you cannot stop alcohol, like you drinking from morning to night. Addiction is still called addiction if you using as a substance to make you feel happy. So it doesn't have to be really bad addiction, but still I personally call addiction. I'm addicted, totally addicted for the food and alcohol. When I cannot shift it, I try to grab the drink or grab the food and a temporary pleasure, right? Because it's quick and easy, but it's not really helping actually, like more side effect afterwards. So I just reading the notes and they used, or maybe another thing is a reaction. So you maybe started catching the fight or started to grumpy and being annoyed for whole day, and that's a reaction too. Instead of the action, you intentionally taking action. So this reaction is actually already I call autopilot. So autopilot means you got already programmed in your head. When you feel fear, do this. When you feel sadness, do this. When you feel angry, do this. There is a program to it. So quickly your brain find a way things to do it. Grab chocolate, grab the drink, and grab a fight with someone, snap to the kid. So that's a reaction autopilot. What's wrong with those autopilot is obviously not gonna create good life in your life, right? And I'm gonna tell you this. Autopilot is just all the program you already have, obviously been using that for many years. That means if you keep using this autopilot system, unless you reprogram it, your life never gonna change. How's that? So basically, if you really want to more money in your life, if you really want a more peaceful in your life, if you want to create a better relationship in your life, you got to change this autopilot part. Otherwise, your life will be stuck in the same. So if you don't like past, don't like your current reality, you maybe hate the job. As I said, you hate the job, or you hate the feeling of the depressed feeling, no happiness in your life. You got to change this autopilot part. Here is the mindfulness popping. Okay, so if you really want to change this autopilot, you got to start practicing mindfulness. More deep into those autopilot part, but think this way. So autopilot, in order to change this autopilot, you got to do mindfulness. So that's one of the must things to do to change. It's a lot of things you got to do to changing those autopilot, but the mindfulness is one of the one you must do in order to change the autopilot. So before giving you the tip to how to start mindfulness, it's so up to everybody. It's everybody different, but for some people need help. Just like when you want to start to going to train for marathon or losing weight, some people hire the personal trainer, right? So it's a bit like that. Some people help. Like I never actually had the personal trainer because I can't work out myself. I like doing that my way, so I do that. But for some other things, I needed someone to teach me. Someone need to hold my hands and tell me exactly what to do. So I hire a coach or I hire a business coach and stuff like that. So things I cannot do myself, I'll do it. And some people are happy to do by themselves. So if you need help, I already created a 30 days mindfulness challenge for free. Okay, so if you want to grab that, let me know and I show you how to do it. So this is completely free because then you know what to do each day to be more mindful. So this is more so accountable, be accountable for yourself, and I help you what to do. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to Google it. Already done it for you. So you just start doing that daily days for next 30 days. Imagine when you do next 30 days, things will 100% change. Has to, because you're doing something different as last few years, right? So another thing you can do is I have the program started Unstuck in a Monday, and this Unstuck will be great help because I'm actually do coaching. This is cheap, $87 Australian dollars. So if you're watching from other country, even better. And I'm actually with you. Already 5 people join up. So it's we can be like-minded people together, and we working together, all become accountable partner. And this is a good one too. So if you want to grab that Unstuck, let me know too. So how are you going to actually do it? How are you going to actually start mindfulness? Okay, one is grab the 30-day challenge. But another thing is just make the schedule. Okay, so say for example, I'm gonna definitely practice so you don't have to do mindfulness all day long. I do, but you in the beginning you don't have to, or probably you can't anyway. You can intentionally do it, but probably find it hard. So then start doing the schedule of the day. This is much better than long meditation in the morning or anything like that. So say, for example, okay, every morning for 5 minutes, I practice mindful. Every lunchtime, I do 5 minutes mindfulness. Every night, so you can do 3 times a day. Or you can do also, every time I'm going to toilet, I do mindfulness practice. So you can even set the, I don't know, like notes, like sticky notes or something in the toilet. So do the mindfulness practice. And then don't worry, I'll show you how to do it. And that's definitely one way you could start doing it. There is so many different ways to do mindfulness, but that's easiest and the simplest way to do is set a timer. Okay, I actually do that just popped in. It's called Insight Timer. You can get app. It's free. You can pay for some other courses and stuff, but it's just normal timer is free. There is a lot of the meditation, recorded meditation practice in there. You can grab that. Also, I love the Insight Timer because there is actually timer set it up, and each timer has a sounds or bell noise. Okay, minute finish, second minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and all the bells. That's really helpful for me to stay focused. So start doing that. What you do in those practice, mindfulness practice, all you have to do, stop thinking, right? Because you don't want to think future and a past pain and a future worry. But when you try to stop the thinking, think will come. It's normal. So what happened? What you have to do? Just close your eye, breathe. Most of the people breathe very shallow. So I want you to start to watch your breath, how shallow it is. So you intentionally breathe deep from your nose, just almost breath going. Just imagine, even vision, your breath going to the throat, chest, and very deep into the tummy. Okay, just envision that. When you keep doing that for a few cycles, and they started to make it longer cycle. So breathe in initially started breathing in 1 second, quite fast, because most of people shallow in a fast breath. That's causing a lot of stress. So once you started practicing, I want you to make it longer. So breathe in 2 seconds, breathe out 2 seconds, breathe in 3 seconds, breathe out for 3 seconds. Make it longer and longer. So then you actually focus on something else. This means you cannot think negative or positive or whatever thought pop in. You just can't, right? So breathe in, just focus. But once you started to do probably a minute or two, your brain started to think, this sounds really stupid. Am I doing right? I forgot to turn off the stove. That sort of thing is popping up. Unless you're causing fire, maybe you should stop and turn off the stove. But otherwise, this is a thought. I can deal with it later. I will remember later. I let that go. Just say, I let go. I just let go. Then back again, breathe in 3 seconds, breathe out 3 seconds, whatever seconds you're doing it. And another thing is pop in, I just let go. Just what you don't do is the thought pop into, oh, I forgot to buy carrot for tonight dinner. Oh, when do I get it? After drop off, pick up. That thought, don't follow the thought. You just consciously notice you just thought something, and then I'll think about later, let go. I'll think about later, let go. I'll think about later, let go. Just constantly doing that. Do not think any so spiritual and doing meditation for years sort of people, they still have a thought. I've been meditating years and years and years, still thought popping up, but I just do let go. That's all it is, guys. Don't think too much of it. Be simple, be easy. If you're not simple and easy, we don't do it, right? We don't do it. So just keep it simple and then do that. Isn't it super special? Simple, easy? Yeah, so there's a few different ways to do it. So that's in a 30 days mindfulness challenge. So every day I give you the different task so you can actually do that different thing if you want to. You don't have to do different thing really. So that's the first step you can do. I don't want to give you too much task, so then you just don't gotta do it. So promise me, you're gonna start a mindfulness practice very, very soon, even today. So when you decide, give me the yes in the comment, when you're gonna start it, and how you're gonna schedule, tell me. And if you have a question, also tell me in the comment or message me personally. I'm happy to answer the question for you. And that's it from me. I have a date lunch today. We're going to Yum Cha. So that's why I'm dressing up. And also for you guys. Okay, that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Ciao. See ya.